Hello, Messi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
Where are your colleagues? Where are your colleagues? Are they tired already? Have they graduated themselves already? Why the delay?
They're supposed to be here. I only have one apology from Priscilla. Um, where she stays, they have not had electricity for about 2 days now, and it's currently raining there, and she can't access her laptop. So that's why she won't be joining the class today,
Okay.
the
So,
session today.
all right. So I guess we'll just give um, everyone else until about 8:05 p.m. Nigerian time. Then we can get started. What has the experience been so far for you?
The experience has been nice. I had to play back the Google Analytics video like 3 or 4 times because it was a little bit intense so that I can properly understand, but it was nice.
Okay. So what would you say should I say some of the new things you've learned in this course, during your 4 weeks?
Okay, so I can say the new thing is learning that you can actually track data with Google Analytics. So I knew that part. Like I had people talking about it, but I didn't know that you can actually track data with Google Analytics, and it's not that complex as I imagined. And you can even actually practice by getting real-time information from Google and just do the work yourself.
So what kind of data are you able to track with Google Analytics?
So currently, I haven't tried tracking any data with Google Analytics, but if I reach to that point where I'll have to track maybe if I have a website and I'm running a campaign, how many clicks I've gotten, how many people I've been able to reach, how's my sales funnel, I'll actually be able to do that with Google Analytics. But for now, I haven't practiced it yet.
All right. All right, great. That is really nice to hear. So I can see that more of your colleagues have joined. I think we can get the class started. Can get the class started. This class will end at immediately 9 p.m. Nigerian time. So yeah, good evening, everybody. Welcome to today's Q&A session. Your last Q&A session, if you are here from cohort 3, it has been an amazing journey, I hope for you, or I think for you. Right, so this Q&A session, I really want this Q&A session to be as interactive as possible. So I hope you all came with your questions. If you don't have questions, I have tons of questions that I want to ask you guys. It looks like a ladies' night. I can see more of ladies on the call, but that is nice. So yeah, I have tons of questions that I want to ask you all. If you don't have any questions for me, right? But first, I'm going to leave the floor open for anybody that has questions. Just use the raise hand feature, and I'll call you to ask a question. Aside Messi, the other people on the call, can you hear me? Marianne, Oluchi, can you hear me? Marianne, Oluchi, are you there? Can you hear me? You can unmute your mic and just say hi, so I know you can hear me. Okay. Helen, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Marianology speaking, please.
Okay. Helen, can you hear me?
Good evening, sir. Yes, I can hear you. Good evening, sir.
Great. Good evening. Esther, can you hear me?
Yes, please, I can hear you.
Great. So let's get those questions coming. I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes. If nobody has any question, like I said, I have ton of questions myself to ask you. Yes, Mercy.
Okay, so I have a couple of questions. I'll start with the calculations. When we were calculating, how will the conversion rate change if we maybe doubled the purchase, but we still have the same number of visitors in our site and in our pages? So how will the conversion rate change? Like the purchase has improved, the sales has improved, but the number of visitors are still the same.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Can you take your question again?
Okay, so I'm saying, how will
Yeah.
we calculate the conversion rate? How will it change if we double the sales, we double the purchases, but we still have the same number of visitors on our pages?
Okay. So the conversion rates will obviously go high if you maintain the same number of visitors. Let's say, let me say between two different periods, right? Let's say for month one, you have 5,000 visitors and you are able to make about 50 sales, for instance, right? And then in month two, you have the same amount of visitors, relatively the same amount of visitors, but then you're able to make 100 sales. So that automatically means that you had higher conversion rate in your month two than in month one. So it's pretty much given, even though it's a rare case where you get to have the same number of website clicks or visits, right? And you are having an increased number of sales conversion. The reason is because most times, if you are having, let's say, 5,000 website traffic for the first month per se, and then you are repeating that again in the second month, there are high chances that your the users are returning users, right? The users of your website are returning users. So you wouldn't really factor that in, except maybe you're having to run a campaign, right? So it is a rare case to say that month one growth is not, like, should I say, static or on a straight line, right? It's either it's dropping or it's improving. It's either you're doing something to make it drop or you're doing something to make it improve. Of course, you can have a higher number of website traffic in your second month, but and also have a higher number of sales conversion. That is very much possible, right? That's very much possible, because then your conversion rate for month one might be 5%, and then you're having a higher number of website visits in your month two, and then your conversion rate becomes say 15% or 10%. So that's possible, right? But if there's no shift or no change in your website traffic, but there's a change in your sales conversion, obviously in your sales, the number of sales that you're able to make, it obviously means that you're going to be having or recording that as an increase in your conversion rate. So Mercy, that answer your question?
Yes. I also had another question.
Okay.
So how will I know if my user experience, my UI UX design, the way my website is set up, if that's the reason why I have a low conversion rate, or that's the reason why I don't receive most visitors on my page? So how will I be able to know that that's the exact problem? That's the exact reason why I do not have engagement on my website or on my page.
Okay. So first off, when it comes to conversion, obviously your page, how your page is set up usually affects that. Now there are different tools that you can use to track activity on your page, to see where people are landing, the kind of actions that they're taking. That will help you optimize, the page layouts to help increase your conversion, right? So we have tools like Hotjar. Hotjar basically records activities on your page. I think there are some Google tools as well. I think even Google Analytics helps what actions have been taken on your page, right? So these are some of the tools that you can look at the available data that will help you decide or know your page setup. But primarily, one thing that you should always have in mind if you are building, let's say, a landing page for sales conversion, you need to make what you want people to know, the actions you want people to know on that page as visible as possible. Let's say, for instance, you created a landing page to sell tickets for an event, right? So from your hero section, you should be telling them to get their tickets and making it as easy as possible for them to want to get that ticket, right? Then as you go down, maybe you are giving perks or benefits of the event, there should be enough call to action so that for every few scrolls that the user takes on your page, they're able to make an action. You're making it easier for them to make an action. You're practically telling them that this is what I want you to do on this page, right? So even before you get to the point of maybe wanting to track or wanting to know if your UI UX design or how your page is set up is amazing, it's very important that you do proper research before you setting up the page so that when you go on to run a campaign, you don't just spend money. For instance, let's say you want to run Google Ads or Meta Ads campaign. You don't just spend money, for instance, running that campaign. You have to make sure that the page that you're directing people is properly set up, right? I've had scenarios in the past where someone was to run an ad and their real estate company wanted to run an ad, right? And they had a page where they had a form, but that page was not set up properly to collect. That page was not set up properly to collect the leads that they wanted to generate, right? Now, what happened is we had to run that ad using the form created by Meta themselves, because that way it's easier to collect leads, it's easier to track, right? So these are some of the things that you need to consider when you are setting up a landing page, for instance, or a page where you want to direct people to be able to either make a purchase or for conversion purposes. Mercy, did I answer your question? I think you dropped off.
Yeah, I think you answered it a little bit, but here's the thing. We are trying a new website, and with our website, we decided to have like user testing where we brought different people to interact with our website. And on the back end, we weren't shown the problems that we had, which the users against us, they were interacting with the website. You said that we should have enough call to actions, and we are selling cars essentially. So we are having the book now, secure slot, have a partner application, if that, and they were complaining that that's too much information. They're feeling so much pressure to kind of buy our product, to kind of join into the program. So how do we find the balance between having enough call to action or not having, between having too much call to action or having a little bit call to action, or the middle ground between the call to action that's not overwhelming for the potential leads that we have, but it's also not underserving us per se?
Okay, so from what you said, it seems like you guys have up to 3 or 4 call to actions on your landing page. Where's your idea?
I'm sorry, come again?
I say from what you said, it seems like the landing page has 3 or 4 call to action buttons, different call to action buttons.
Yes.
So that is not usually advisable. And I'll paint a scenario for you. If you're running an ad on a flyer, right? We are running an ad on a flyer on Facebook, with a flyer on Facebook, right? Or let's say you come across an ad on Facebook, and on that flyer, you are seeing chat with us on WhatsApp, you are seeing register using this link, you are saying visit our website for more info. What would be your reaction? Is Mercy there?
Yes, I'm here, but you kind of dropped off. Can you come again?
Can you hear me now? You can leave your mic open so that I know. No. Can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can.
So I said, if you come across an ad on Facebook with a single flyer design, and that ad has chat with us on WhatsApp, that ad has register, use this link to register, and that ad has visit our website for more info, what would be your first reaction to that ad?
If it's something that I'm interested with, my reaction to that, I'll feel overwhelmed. Yes, I'll feel very overwhelmed.
Yeah. Exactly. So the main point of when I said you should have as many call to action buttons on your landing page, I mean a single action that you want a user to take. So if you want a user to book a call, you should have, let's say, 2 or 3 book a call to action buttons on your landing page. If you want, you can give them an option of maybe to download the brochure or to fill a form, if they have an inquiry that they want to make. But primarily what you want them to do is to book a call, right? So that way you're having 2 call to action buttons per se. Let's say even on your hero section, you can have book a call or either book a call or maybe download a portfolio, download a brochure, depending on whatever the business is. And then on the other areas of the landing page, the call to actions that you have is predominantly book a call, because that's the main action that you want people to take. Every other thing on the website, information, your flow of the landing page, your flow of that website page is basically to drive people to want to book a call. So you want to limit or reduce the number of actions, right? The number of actions that you want to put out there that for people to take. You want to limit it to one major action that you want them to take, and then make that major action to occur more than once on your landing page, so that as a scroll, let's say if the website is broken down into, or the landing page is broken down into 4 sections, or those 4 sections, you want your call to action to be as prominent as in at least 2 sections of the website, right? So if the scroll past the first section of the website, you give them a little bit of information in your second section, and then in your third section, you're probably having a call to action where they are getting to book a call, right? So that is how you want to think or proceed when you're creating a landing page where you're driving people to your website or driving people there to want to take an action.
Okay, is there a way, you see the way Facebook gives you an opportunity for the A/B testing? If you want to run a campaign or maybe an ad, is there something like that or something similar we can do with a website to test maybe, let's say, a landing page or a mock website? We can have 2 websites running at the same time, but we can test which one is much more better for our leads and clients.
So what I will say to that is continuous optimization of the particular website that you have. First off, I mentioned some tools that you need to have to be able to track activity on your landing page, right?
Yes.
These tools will help you optimizing the landing page. Instead of there's no need going to create another one. It's pretty much the same. You are going to overwhelm your customers at the end of the day. They have 2 links, or you want to run ads to 2 different links, right? You may have the money to do that, but at the end of the day, it's not a cost-effective, cost-efficient way, right, of running a digital campaign. So you set up these tools back end to be able to help you know the activity. So a tool like Hotjar, for instance, practically records if somebody scrolls, if somebody taps anywhere, any user that lands on your page taps anywhere, you're able to see that activity, to know where they spend more time, what section of your landing page that they spend more time on, right? That way, you can now use it to optimize that landing page in such a way that that particular section now has the core call to action that you want them to take, right? It has the core call to action that you want them to take. And then you run another test, maybe you run an ad again to see, if that analysis is working, right? If that analysis is working, and you continue to optimize your landing page until you're able to get the best result. You can't just go and build another landing page and then want to drive people to 2 different landing pages. That doesn't speak well for a good digital marketing manager. Let me put it that way. So, yeah.
Okay. So how often should we track our website to do the improvements? How often should we check on our progress, on the number of conversion rates before we have to improve?
So I would say it depends. It depends on how much traffic you are able to get in a day, for instance. So if you're already used to getting a huge amount of traffic in a day, I would say check every day to see the activity, what actions people are taking on your page, what activity each user is performing on your page, to be able to optimize and change the page layout to help increase conversion, right? Often I always tell people that your hero section is the most important section of your landing page, right? So when people land on your page, that is the first thing that they get to see, your header section or your hero section. So there are 2 things that would influence an action from a user at that point. 1, your website copy, and 2, a clear call to action that you want them to take from there, right? Some users will now want to go down to learn a little bit about your product. So you want to use the second section of your landing page to maybe have a brief introduction into what you're about. You want to use the 3rd section to maybe discuss the benefits of whatever you're selling with now a call to action, right? So your website is not just about having your call to action as well. Your website copy needs to flow in that direction where it's focused on making people want to buy what you're selling, right? So that is it.
Okay, I also have another question. I'm sorry. I also have another question. I also do graphic design, and there's a moment we were thinking about having a portfolio website. So if I'm having a portfolio website, I can just stick on one page, or do I have to have multiple pages?
It depends on what you want to capture on your portfolio website. Most people that have portfolio websites want to, put a lot of things. So they want to do graphic design. They want to also put their content writing. They want to put maybe ads. It all depends on you, right? It all depends on you, what you want to feature. It's like saying you have a CV and what you want to capture in the CV, graphic designer and all that. So it all depends on you. If you want to focus on one core skill for that particular portfolio website, good and fine. You can have a single page. You want to capture every skill or everything that you're about. You may want to develop different pages where people can actually go to see your past work, let's say.
So can I also track it the same way I'll do another website if I'm selling a product? If I'm selling a product per se, will I also have to measure it with the same metrics, follow the same order with the CTA and everything?
So a portfolio website is not really the same thing as having maybe a landing page or a sales website, because most times you are building your portfolio website it's like building your CV, like I said. So you are creating it for you to be there, just in case somebody wants to go through your portfolio. Somebody reaches out and they say they want to go through your portfolio. That is the essence why you're building it. So it's not necessarily the same thing in terms of tracking the metrics. Metrics or KPIs are usually business focused, right? So sales driven, awareness driven, leads driven, this kind of things are what metrics, are the kind of things that you want to be tracking metric wise. But in terms of portfolio, it's not really the same. It's not really the same thing, right? I know some designers who have portfolios. Yes, they are built on CMS, WordPress CMS, but essentially, because in your portfolio, you're not going to be doing things like SEO to want to reach more people and all that, right? So it's mostly just having a link where you can send to see all of your works. So yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Those are my questions for tonight.
All right. Okay. Welcome to the other digital marketing managers in the making that just joined. So if you have a question, please raise your hand. So I'm going to ask a question. Please let's make this snappy. Let's make it quick. Let's make the class interactive.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mine is not really a question. I just need a confirmation. There are some ads that you can just run directly from your social media account, like my Instagram page. I can just run my ads directly from the account. It's not necessary that I need to use the Meta Ads app, right? Or
so it depends, right? For better results, so better results will not only include maybe your reach and all of that, but also your costs. For better results, it's preferable that you run ads on meta-specific apps. So I know Instagram is a meta app, but when I say meta-specific app, so if it's, maybe you just want to boost a post, do that using your Meta Business Suite. It actually gives you a bit more option. Ads manager, you are able to, actually tailor it to how you want your ads to be, right? So it's advisable that you use these two platforms to run in your ads as opposed to just running ads directly from Instagram.
all right, thank you so much. Also, I've had people complaining that they've run ads on maybe their product and they didn't get the right results they want. So if you run an ad, must you get a positive result, or it depends?
It depends on your ad setup. So it depends on your ad setup. And one thing with running ads is continuous monitoring. You don't just set up your ad and then make your ad live and then go to sleep. No, continuous monitoring, because at the end of the day, these platforms want your money. So they might give you results that may not even be what you're looking for, right? Continuous monitoring, looking at your cost per results, looking at maybe if it's a leads campaign now, how many leads you've generated, how many of these leads have you been able to convert, how many of these leads are viable leads. These are the things that you need to be checking, right? So it's not cast in stone, obviously, that if you run an ad, it must be successful. There are ad specialists that have run unsuccessful campaigns in the past, right? So it happens. Excuse me.
All right, thank you.
Okay, keep the questions coming. More questions. Let's keep those questions coming in, or you guys would prefer I go on to ask my questions? Okay, so it will seem like nobody else has a question. Right, so I have a couple of questions. I have a couple of questions here with me that I would like to ask, and these questions covers the entire week modules that you have taken in your 4-week period for this program. All right. Okay, so who is going to answer this question that I have? Amarachi Godwin, can you hear me? Amarachi Godwin, are you there?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Good evening, great. So when it comes to email marketing, why is segmentation important? Amarachi Godwin, are you there? Is Amarachi Godwin still with us?
Okay, sorry, I might not be as present as I'm supposed to because I'm on my way home, but I just had to join the call. So there might be times where I may not hear you. So could you please repeat the question? Because I
I
can
said,
barely hear anything.
why is segmentation important in email marketing? Okay, who wants to give it a shot?
I'm sorry, I can barely hear anything. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Helen, you want to respond?
Yes, I want to try. Good evening, sir.
Okay, you could have raised your hand, but okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay, so
Good
next
evening.
time I'm going to do that. I think basically segmenting, the purpose of segmenting is so that you can like tailor your marketing, your email to like the individual needs of your subscribers or customers. That's the idea for segmenting.
Can you take that again?
Okay, I said for me, basically the idea behind segmenting is so that you can like you can tailor your emails to the individual needs of your subscribers or customers.
Okay. Yeah, certain keywords I was looking for. Messi, you tried heading, by the way. Messi had a hand up. So
It was the same answer. Tailored engagement. And I have an example to support that. Say if you are a clothing line, and then you are launching a new product for men. So maybe segmenting your customers and sending now the new men collection out for specifically men will be more resourceful than blasting emails to everyone.
okay, so when you do that, what happens in terms of the metrics, in terms of the metrics that you have So instead of blasting it to everyone, we send it to just the mail. What metrics does that improve per se?
Can we say engagement?
I can see Tony's hand raised. Yes, Tony.
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, so I believe that it increases engagement. So the click to open rates, I can't really remember the others now. It leads to higher conversion rates. So when the right messages reach the right people, they are more likely to take action with the emails. And it also reduces the unsubscribing rates because people are less likely to unsubscribe if they are receiving information that feels useful to them.
Great. Yeah. So that's correct. Well done to everyone who attempted to answer. Right. So let's get going. Another question this time around from SEO. So what's the difference between on-page SEO and off-page SEO? Who wants to give it a shot? So we don't have any SEO specialists in the house. Marianne, are you with us? Can you hear me? Yes, D. You can introduce yourself before responding. I saw your hand raised. So I don't call you D.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. My name is Oladile Afeni. Yes,
Your
I
name
think
is?
off page and Oladile Afeni.
Okay, fine.
Yes, off page SEO and the other is one. There is one in which the site the search is usually embedded in the page, whereby let's say by the time you are reading a newspaper, let's say you are reading Guardian, their advert, there are keywords that are embedded in the site that the advertiser would have inputted that if this particular keyword come up on this site, run advert that are specific to it. That's one. Then the off-page one is when the person is searching for particular keyword. I'm in a meeting. Sorry, just a minute. Sir. Meeting, sir. Sir. The other one, sorry, I had to attend to with someone. Why the other one is one in which, so let's say I'm living in Abuja now. I'm looking for solar inverter, or I'm looking for a hairdresser. Anyone that key up that keyword for that particular area will come up in the stash. I think that's that about that. I hope my explanations. I don't know if I'm able to articulate my thoughts exactly, but I think for those who understand, they understand what I'm trying to say. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you for trying. Anybody else wants to give it a shot? Messi, no, you've spoken too much, but you can keep your hand raised. Let me try somebody else. Marianne. Marianne, are you on the call with us? Okay, Messi, can go ahead.
Okay, so my understanding I think on-page SEO, it's the optimization you make on your website itself. That's basically what you control on your website. While off-page SEO refers to the activities outside the website, things that you do, maybe social media sharing, mention your brand. So those are basically how others talk or perceive your website. Yes.
Okay. Helen, do you want to give it a shot?
No, sir. Please.
Okay. So you guys tried to a large extent, more so Mercy with your response. So on the page SEO, it basically refers to optimizations that are made directly on the website, like Mercy mentioned. So keywords, meta tags, content, site speed, those are on page SEO. It has nothing to do with ads. Probably the person that mentioned ad or so. So it had nothing to do with ads, but this anything SEO is organic. While off-page SEO refers to things like backlinks. So backlinks where you get to build backlinks to your website to send social signals to send signals basically to a platform like Google that you exist, you should be ranking and all that. That is basically what off-page SEO is all about. So building back with backlinks and all to help increase your domain authority and all of that. So yeah, that is that about on-page and off-page SEO. Still on SEO. How many minutes do we have? Okay. Still on SEO. Why is keyword intent important in SEO?
Please come again.
Keyword intent. Why is it important in SEO? Elaine, are you on the call with us?
Yes, I am.
No, not Helen. Elaine Baliti or so. I'm sorry if I murdered your name. You can unmute your mic and help us pronounce. Okay. Who wants to give it a shot? Who wants to try? First, okay, Helen.
Okay, I'm going to try, and I think you said keyword intent, right? I don't know if I got the
Intent,
question correctly.
yes. Intent,
Keyword
intention,
intent.
intent. Yes.
I'm going to give a short answer again. I think the reason for keyword intent is so as to I think to connect with customers because if you get the keyword right, it's going to attract the right customers to whatever campaign or whatever thing that you are whatever campaign that you're putting or whatever you want to sell. So getting the right keyword just helps you to connect with with the desired customers, and then it's going to help you get your maybe desired outcome for your campaign. I don't know if
Okay, well, to a large extent, you tried. You tried. So you are speaking more of keyword, and I said keyword intent. So the reason why keyword intent is important in SEO is because it shows you why a user is searching, right? So informational, navigational, transactional, keyword intent shows you why a user is searching, right? And then if you go on to optimize content for intent, what that helps does is it helps you to be able to match your potential user or a prospect or a user needs, and also helps you to improve your rankings on Google, right? So Helen tried, right, in terms of using the right keyword, but she was more focused on keyword. So let me, as I've done email marketing, I've done SEO. So you guys need to do more brush up on SEO. Let's go to social media. Let's go to social media. What kind of content would you say works best for engagement, and why? Who wants to try? Let's see, is your hand up for this question, or you have a question?
I have a question on keyword intent.
Okay.
Are there different keywords intents? Like, can you use a keyword intent maybe for sales and then a keyword intent for something else?
So, yes, because at the end of the day, keyword intent basically represents the purpose for the search. So if somebody is coming to search because they want to buy something, it helps you show that. So yeah. And then if they are searching maybe because they want information, like I said, informational, transactional, it also helps you with that as well. So yes.
Thank you.
Right. So to my social media question, I said, well, what was the question I said again? What type of content works best for engagement? Who wants to go?
Please come again.
I said, what kind of content works best for engagement on social media? What's happening, guys? I thought we are social media gurus. Yes, Helen.
okay. I think it's like videos, infographics, videos and infographics.
Videos and infographics. Okay. Anybody else wants to try? Doesn't mean Helen is totally wrong. I just want more people to respond because there are actually a number of content. Yes, Messi.
I'd like to say, apart from that, polls and quizzes.
Polls and quizzes, okay. I need more, I need more. Is it just Helen and Messi that we have on the call?
Marian has answered using the chat.
Miriam, are you sure you're with us? I said, what kind of content works best for engagement, not social media, for engagement? So Helen said videos. Mercy said quiz and polls. We also have user-generated content as well as a bit of storytelling. So these are content that that are best or can be best used when you want to drive engagement on social media. We have about 8 minutes to go. Please don't forget, if you have any questions while I'm asking my questions, you can just raise your hand and I'll call you to speak. Let's stay on social media. Let's see. How do you measure ROI on social media campaigns? Marianne, how do you measure ROI on social media campaigns? Is Marianne there? Okay. Tony, how do you measure ROI on social media campaigns? Am I still audible?
Yes, you are.
Marianne and Tony, are you with us? Yes, you can respond. You can type. You can send in your response via the chat. Tony, we are waiting for you if you are typing. Okay. So it depends on the goal. All right, great. So one more question, I guess, before we go. Let's see. Let me get a question. All right. What's a conversion funnel? Mercy, you want to give it a try?
Come again?
There was a conversion funnel.
A conversion funnel.
Okay, Tony has. Okay, Tony, you can go ahead.
It's sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, it's the phases that a it's the phases that a person that comes in contact with, let's say your brand, for example, they are the phases that they go through from when they are first made to be aware of it to being a customer and actually taking action. So there are different phases.
Okay. Yeah. I love the way you explained it um, in your own terms. So yeah, that's basically what the conversion funnel is. Basically a model showing you how users move from awareness to conversion, and then that helps you to identify where drop-offs occur. Right. So that will be it. We have come to the end of tonight's Q&A session. I want to congratulate everyone that's still on the call on the journey so far and also being able to complete this course. I also like to add that, or just like to mention, I hope we've all gotten our certificates, because it's been a journey, and it's also important that you're able to show something, right? As what you got at the end. Yes, knowledge, good and fine. But obviously, if you want to go on to the job market, certificates or certifications are very, very important, right? So you haven't do well to try to do that. I think the academy has like a grace period or so after each cohort ends. Well, maybe you might want to get in touch with your program coordinator for more details. But yeah, try as much as possible to get certified. It's been an amazing journey, like I said. I really enjoyed being your instructor throughout these past 4 weeks. You guys have been interactive. Shout out to the team lead as well, for being active and trying to keep everyone engaged, right? So yes, thank you very much. And who knows, maybe we may see sometime in the future. But for now, bye, and good luck in the job market.
Goodbye.